Shit.
I'm here with the family.
Price, XXV, Double I,
Rome.
D-Malo,
Bro Flying.
T-Buggy, man.
Just the greatest sports show on the planet. La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
Can't wait to hear what you guys got to say.
What up, man? It's Eric Gas presents Sports for the Culture, man. It's been a minute since I hosted or kicked this shit off, man. But you know what I'm saying? I used to do this shit all the time. But you know, I'm the host for the night, bro. I'm Scruff Skywalker. I'm feeling good today. I'm in my bag. I told Rome I got time today. Bottom center, introduce yourself.
Me, man, T-Buggy. Wash your hands, wash your ass. Hey, I'm ready to talk some sports, man. I feel like we ain't really dug into the basketball scene in a minute. So, you know, I'm ready for tonight's show.
Yeah, man. Shit, we just came off a pretty crazy play-in tournament game. We'll talk about that in just a sec. Top right, introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. You know who it is. Your boy Young Rome 22 on all socials as always, man. Another great show. NBA playoffs started, or the play-in started. We about to get into the playoffs. So yeah, like T said, man, I'm ready to talk some NBA right now.
Yeah, man. You know, it's been a long NBA season, bro. Some people would say, you know, it's been dragging. You know, and you know, it just kind of hit the point right there. First NBA playing game. Honestly, I would be willing to say that was the best NBA game that I've watched all season. Charlotte Hornets. They was playing like the Bobcats for a minute, though. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, Charlotte Hornets going up against the Miami Heat. I thought this was a very interesting matchup because what we got is traditionally the Heat historically. They are the fucking kings of the play-in tournament. They're in the play-in tournament every year, basically, since they've existed. They even won the championship out of a play-in tournament, which is insane. And then you got the Charlotte Hornets, who have basically been a laughingstock franchise, unserious franchise since as long as I can remember, since they became the Hornets again. And before that, finally got their shit together. Con Knipple, led by the rookie Con Knipple. You know, they finally got their shit together, looking like they was going to turn the corner. And Con Knipple had the worst game of his probably career tonight. And somehow Charlotte ended up getting that dub. Now in the process, it was some good plays, some bad plays, and some buffoonery. But you know, ultimately, they did get the dub. What's y'all thoughts on that playing game? Instant reaction with the Hornets and the Heat. T, I'm gonna start with you.
Charlotte won, right? They were up.
Yeah, Charlotte won. They were up by a good amount. They seemed like they had a game in the bag, and then the Heat just kind of came back out of nowhere, tied it back up, and then LaMelo basically about to give the game away, and then at the very last minute he had a game-winning layup.
Okay, so the last thing I saw was Kobe White hit an amazing three on the sideline.
Tie it. Yeah.
I think that pushed it into OT, and then I had to leave. But the better team won. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the better team won. I did see some buffoonery though. I seen what looked like a wrestling move, man. LaMelo snatched Bam's heel, and Bam fell on his back. I thought Bam milked the injury a little bit. That's why I compared it to wrestling. But I do think that should warrant some sort of fine or suspension for LaMelo. But I thought the better team won. I thought Charlotte was much better than the Heat. And I'm honestly ready to see the Heat break that team up, man. I'm not a fan of the Bam Tyler Hero experiment. I think both of those guys are better served elsewhere at this point. But Charlotte's the more fun team. They're the more up-and-coming team, so I'm glad they won. And I actually want to see Charlotte make a playoff run.
Yeah, I mean, he got a lot of good players, bro, but it's like they've been in this kind of mediocre level 7-8 range, play-in range for the last 4 or 5 years, and they ain't really ever been get right. You know, since really post Jimmy Butler, really, right? Is really what we're in here now. Ron, what's your thoughts, man, on the first playing game?
Man, my first thoughts were, and this might be a bit of a hot take, but I know it's going to be a question a little bit later on too, man. But the Hornets kind of sold me, man. I know you're going to ask which one of these teams you think might go on a run, and after watching this game, the Hornets kind of sold me. Of the teams in the play-in tournament right now, they might actually have a chance of doing something in the playoffs. Now we'll get into that how much of something they could do, but this was an impressive win. Like you said, LaMelo almost gave the game away. didn't still hit the layup at the end. I think that's very impressive to stay locked in after making that type of mistake. So yeah, man, I think also Charlotte is not too far from here. Like I know that city. Yeah, they love basketball as we all know, right? So like they can get behind that team, and that's the kind of team that can just go on a run that you're not expecting, almost, if that makes sense. You know how we know how sports are. We know how the NBA playoffs can get. So I would not be shocked if the Hornets make a little bit of noise. They might be the team you don't really want to play in the playoffs.
Yeah, man. North Carolina technically a neighboring state to Virginia, but that was a big reach. But I feel you though. I feel you. I fuck with Charlotte. I don't need any geographical connection to them to fuck with them. I think they have a pretty good team. LaMelo, man, talented kid, man. At the end of the day, bro, he goofy as hell. But Brandon Miller hit a big shot for them down the stretch. He's been knocking on the door for a minute, being really good. We talked about Con Nibble at length. Kobe White was a guy who hit a big shot for them. They got some guys, bro. And then Miles Bridges, a lot of people don't like him for obvious reasons. But, dude's kind of been around for a minute, and he fucking attacking the rim hard as shit. Pause. Coming crazy. So, yeah, I could see them actually making some noise, bro. For real. Now, with that being said, the way the play-in tournament works is basically the 9 and the 10 play head-to-head was what we just saw. And Charlotte got the opportunity now to advance. They'll play the winner of the game tomorrow between Philadelphia and Orlando Magic. The loser of that game basically the winner of that game between Orlando and Philly will become the 7th seed. The loser will play Charlotte for the final 8 spot and have the opportunity to fall out of the playoffs completely. Real quick on that one, who y'all like in that game? Philly or Orlando? And out of the loser for that game, do y'all see them losing to Charlotte? T, I'm gonna start with you.
I actually like Philly. I just think more mature team, and I'm tempted to side with a more mature team come playoff time. When they're about even, and do I think the winner could be Charlotte?
Loser.
The loser. No, that's no, because I think Orlando loses that game, then I think they're the worst of the two younger teams. So no, and I like Orlando, but I feel like Orlando's sliding into that same Miami Heat spot where it's like you guys are good enough to be around, but not good enough to ever get over the top. So I think they're out. I don't think they make it.
Yeah, man. T, I remember, we had a conversation in the offseason. They made that big trade for Desmond Bain, right? Dropped 6 first rounders on them or some shit. I don't even remember what the number was. It was ridiculous. We were like, oh, they trying to compete. This is the year. Boston's having a down year. This is their chance. And here they are in the play-in tournament. So, yeah, I agree with you, T. Disappointing for the Magic. And they're at that point now where it's like, yo, what are we doing here? Rome, what's your thoughts here? Philly and Orlando, and then the loser.
I agree with T. I like Philly at home, and I don't see the Magic beating the Hornets if they are indeed the losers. But I will say this: if the Magic do somehow beat Philly, I like Philly to beat the Hornets if they end up losing and still falling into that A seed. But I just don't see Philly losing to the Magic tomorrow night.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a little pessimistic about this situation for Philly. I can see us losing to Orlando. We down without Joel. We've had some tough times, bro. So I mean, I think we're gonna win though. I got Philly winning, but the biggest thing I'll say here is that like whoever loses this game, I'll say like with certainty, they're in danger, like serious danger, because like Charlotte is a team that could beat. They could beat one of them, right? And I'm gonna go a step further now. If Charlotte does making it to the AC, Detroit trying to get back, Cade Cunningham, I don't think it's got back yet, right? Or I don't know what the situation is with him. I heard he was gonna be back for the playoffs, but I don't think you want to play them either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you're Detroit. I don't think you want to play a Hornets team that's feeling good. That's actually a pretty good matchup. But we'll see. Admittedly, I'm a little less intrigued by the Western Conference, but you know. Right now, the Suns and the Trailblazers. Wait a minute. Yeah, the Suns and the Trailblazers are playing for the opportunity to play for the eighth seed. Right now, the Blazers is up. I don't really see that those teams really making any noise. And then you got the Warriors and you got the Clippers on the other side. Whereas I say, like, Warriors have Steph Curry, so then they always have a chance when they got Steph. But I think the Clippers is actually an interesting team because Kawhi Leonard is a guy who's been playing at the top of his game. You looking like Raptors Kawhi. When that man gets in that mode, bro, I don't think anything could really happen, bro. So, man, what's your thoughts on the West? Any of those teams interest you at all? Do y'all feel like any of those teams is good? I think, Rome, I seen you shaking your head at the Warriors. T, I see you shaking your head at the whole conversation. So I'm gonna start with you on this one.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you might get some good games, but like none of these teams have a legit shot in a series against any of the top teams. Like this is just playing for draft position. But I do like what you said. Steph always gives you a chance, and Kawhi is Kawhi again. Maybe Harden had to leave for that to happen, but like Kawhi is Kawhi. So I don't know how it's going to go. I honestly don't. I'd like to see Steph just for nostalgia purposes, play his way in there and make a shot at it. I think that's going to be better TV than any one of those other teams. Like who wants to see Booker and Denny Avdia and all those? No, give me Steph.
Yeah, I feel that. I think I would like to see the Clippers and the Warriors make it gracefully. You know what I mean? Ron, what's your thoughts here on the West?
Man, to me, the Warriors being in the play-in is the problem. The play-in is a success in my opinion, but the Warriors being in it is an indictment. Like a team that's below 500, in my opinion, in any sport should not be involved in any playoff conversation. Like you couldn't even be average, so you should not be in a chance to win the championship, the title, none of that. They shouldn't be in the conversation. I won't disrespect Curry. He's a legend, one of the goats. So I will say that they do always have a chance with him on the floor, but how much of a chance do they really have? Like what I mean, like he said it best. Kawhi is Kawhi again. I don't see the Warriors winning that game at all. And even if they do, any team in the West is being fed to the Thunder or the Spurs. Like you're we're you're gonna get slaughtered, bro. Like they got no chance. This is really just like he said, man. You playing for draft position because there's whether you get the seventh seed, the eighth seed, you're cooked. Like period.
Real shit, though. Real shit, man. But I think we can all agree none of those teams on the West are going to do anything. Western Conference, we're going to slide over here to the first round. We get to just, Western Conference is tough, man. Heavy at the top, man. The way I see it, man, is two teams right here that are really, really actually legit championship contenders, in my opinion, and that's the OKC Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs. I don't foresee anybody else coming out the West, but we shall see. Some interesting matchups here in the first round, though. We do have the Lakers going against the Rockets. We got the Nuggets going against the Timberwolves in the 3-6 matchup. We got the Cavaliers going against the Raptors on the 4-5 on the East, and then we got the Knicks going against the Hawks. Hawks have been a surprise team down the stretch. They've actually been one of the best teams in the NBA down the stretch. Actually, some people were saying that CJ McCollum was in the MVP conversation, statistically speaking, which is crazy. But what's y'all thoughts, man? Out of those series, which one of those series are y'all most intrigued by? Rome, I'm gonna start with you this time.
The whole first round series, the most intriguing to me is probably the Lakers Rockets, to be honest. I want to see who gets bounced out the first round first. You know what I mean? Like who's really done? You know what I mean? Like is the sun really setting on LeBron? So I kind of think it is. I don't really see the Lakers doing much without Luka or Reeves. LeBron has been on a tear, but I think this is going to be a first round exit for them, but I think it could be a good series. It shouldn't be a first round exit for them, but I think it could be. That series and the Knicks Hawks. I think the Knicks should handle the Hawks no problem, man. But when the playoffs come around, you never know with the Knicks, man. They're bound to disappoint you. They're going to disappoint you in the first round, second round. Do they get to the final, the Eastern Conference Finals, and disappoint you? You don't know what is coming. They're like the Cowboys. You know what's coming, you just don't know when. So,
Yeah, I mean, Knicks are going to be an interesting team to watch. I'll be honest with you, man. I'm not going to come in on no hating shit. I'm going to keep it real. I could see them having a hard time in the first round against the Hawks, but at the same time, I could also see them going to the championship out of the East. I think the East is wide open. Detroit was the best team in the East, and during the regular season, they have no playoff experience with winning games. Knicks made a semi-run last year. They just couldn't get it all the way done. And, Boston, who was supposed to be having a bad year, is actually having a pretty good year. But they're also integrating Jason Tatum back into the offense and a lot of moving pieces in that offense now. We'll see how that plays out. T, man, which one of these series are you most looking forward to?
Ron kind of stole my thunder because I do want to see the
He took two. That's fucked up.
Yeah, but,
whatever, it was equal. I went West Coast, East Coast. Which one?
I mean, yeah,
Pick
but I do want to see Jokic, right? That's the matchup. What is that, 3-6? Yeah, I want to see Ant Jokic because did they play last year, the year before? I can't remember, but either way, like to me, is two of the best players in the league. You know what I'm saying, bar none. And I think Ant has to find a way to get over the hump. If you want to be the guy, you want to be the face of the league, you want to be NBA legend, an icon, not just one of the great players from your time period. Like we've seen those, Latrell Sprewells, Mitch Richmonds, Allen Houston's, guys that put up some numbers and made a run or two, but like they never got over the hump. And I think if you get past Jokic, and maybe things fall your way. Maybe I'm not wishing this on anybody, but maybe Wemby sprains his ankle or something, like
I hate you.
I'm just saying, like I'd like to see Ant find a way to get himself a ring, do it for the culture.
I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. That's I agree. I think that's a great matchup right there. I think it's got the biggest star potential out of all the matchups right there. I agree. You got talking about Jokic. Jokic going. He gonna hit you with one of those 40, 15, and 12s. You know what I'm saying? He gonna hit you with one of those. And it's gonna be a crazy game where Ant's gonna play and make it happen. So yeah, I think that's gonna be a great series. I think that's gonna go 7. That's a 7-game series if I ever seen one.
Whew.
Yeah, I think that goes 7. Rome, you spoke on the Knicks and the Hawks. I want to give a little love to the Hawks, but at the same time, I think I think it'll be a competitive series, but I think that ends in 6. And then I kind of lean towards the Lakers on the other series there because the Rockets don't have a point guard, so I feel like I already knew they were going to get bounced in the first round as soon as the season started. So that'll be a prophecy fulfilled when that happens. So better luck next year with Fred VanVleet. Y'all basically played the whole season without a point guard. So, all right, keeping it pushing. We got the first round matchups talked about. We got some playing teams. Maybe we talked about maybe some of these playing teams might make some noise. So I'm just gonna say fast forward to the whole thing, man. Fast forward the whole thing. I don't know, June or something. What we looking at as the NBA Finals? Who y'all got in the finals and why? T, I'm gonna start with you on this one.
I'm taking the Thunder. All right, I'm taking the Thunder to get it done again. I think I said that when they won their last finals, they'd get back and win 2 or 3. So not changing that pick. And the East, man, the East is really, really wide open. It's crazy. I honestly don't know, but I'm inclined to think Boston, but that's clearly biased. So I'm gonna just make my bias pick because everybody knows I love a good Tatum, and just like how Kobe came back from an injury, Tatum will rise again.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Fucking go. So cringe. Like I was gonna come here and pick Boston, But like by the end of this, I don't think I'm going to be able to. Ron, go ahead, bro.
Nah, so like T, man, I think in the West it's inevitably the Thunder. I've been saying it all year. The East, though, I was honestly leaning Boston until T gave his take, but like I think I'm gonna roll the dice with the East, right? Because I've been with the Thunder the whole time in the West, taking it playing it safe. I think in the East I'm gonna roll the dice. I'm gonna take a chance on the Knicks, man. I think the Knicks, maybe the Knicks don't disappoint us this year. Maybe they get to the finals and then they disappoint us. Maybe this is the year they do it that way.
Ooh, I can see that. I can see that. All right, I like that. I like that. I like the next pick, man. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I was gonna come in here. I was gonna pick Boston. My head, everything in my head told me Boston was gonna win the East, bro. But T, like you really pissed me off, bro, with that Jason Tatum comes back and wins the chip shit. That shit really bothers me, bro. So I cannot support it.
I mean,
Cannot. I cannot.
that feels very possible, bro. If the Celtics get past the Knicks in the second round, it's got to be the Celtics.
And I'll tell you what, bro. Here's the truth, though. If the Celtics do win the chip, it ain't Jason Tatum leading them to nothing. I mean, to be honest with you, it's a team effort, bro.
Whose face is going to be on the cover of the 30 for 30? Tatum.
I don't know. That's a whole nother conversation, bro. But JB was the Finals MVP. If he on the face of that joint, JB was the Finals MVP, and he's possibly the regular season of MVP, and then Tatum come back and take him to the chip, bro. That's asinine, bro. But you know, I get it. He the face. You know what I'm saying? He the face of the franchise, I guess. You know. But anyway, I got the Knicks coming out the East too, bro. I don't see Detroit doing it. I basically think it's going to come down to the winner of that series between the Boston Celtics and the Knicks in the second round. But the winner of that series is going to win the East. But to be honest,
no love for the Pistons.
Nope. But Pistons. The good thing about the Pistons is, well, actually, no, never mind. I was going to say the good thing about the Pistons is they probably make it to the Eastern Conference Championship, but I'm not so sure, bro, because Cleveland ain't going to be an easy out, bro. They might lose to Cleveland. So Cleveland's got a lot more playoff experience than them, actually.
Yeah, actually, like Cleveland. They're sneaky. They're sneaky in the East.
The only issue with that is the guy who has the most playoff experience also has the most experience blowing games in the playoffs, and that's James Harden. So, but Donovan Mitchell, you know, that's a different conversation. So we'll see how that plays out for sure. But on the West side, I'm going a little different here, bro. Honestly, maybe I'm probably a year early on this one. I can see the Thunder definitely winning it, though. I mean, that's the easy pick, bro. But I'm going with the Spurs, bro. I was saying it since Christmas time, bro. I think the Spurs got a good chance to win it, bro. And if they don't win it this year, they're going to win it next year. But I'll tell you this, the West is going to win it. The West is going to come out champion this year. But I think it's going to be the Spurs just because the way that Wemby's able to impact games, man. Like, he be going crazy, bro. His effort level is, like, higher than most. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going out there and going after it. And, like, in the playoffs, he's going to go after it, bro. He's a competitor. In my opinion, you know, I didn't love his self-promotion for MVP. But he had a point, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, like, I understand that sometimes. And it's like, yo, you balling. And it's like, yo, why the fuck people not putting me up there? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, people don't really value defense. That's why, Victor. And that's the issue. And that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're really calculating net impact on the game, Victor Wembanyama probably is the MVP. I think he impacts the game the most on defense. Teams are afraid to go to the basket against him, bro. You can't play like a certain type of way with Victor in the center. And then on top of that, you got Stephon Castle, who's like arguably one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA. You got De'Aaron Fox, who's, you know, really good. And Dylan Harper is just coming off the bench. He's balling, bro. And, like, he's showing that he could be really good. He basically averaged 20 points a game when he was in the starting lineup. So he was doing great. So I'm like, yo, another thing about it is matchups, right? Well, OKC played against the Spurs. the Spurs guards were giving them hell, man. Like they were really giving them hell. So I think it's gonna be interesting to see. You talked about that Timberwolves possibly if they advance, what that matchup's gonna look like. That second round matchup is gonna be a real test for the Spurs because they're gonna be either playing against Jokic, which is gonna be a super test for Wemby. Or they're gonna be going against Ant, bro. And Ant's gonna come at that rim, and Wemby's gonna meet you at that rim. So it's gonna be an interesting one for sure. But yeah, I got the Spurs, bro, because I think Wembanyama is. I just also feel like when he decides to turn it on, and I saw this live at a Wizards game. I mean, it's the Wizards. Bam scored 83, so take it with a grain of salt. But like when the dude who turned the shit on, bro, like the shit was he was unstoppable, bro. It was like a couple minutes where he was just unstoppable. The game it got out of hand real quick, bro. So I don't know. I think Wembanyama is the kind of guy that could change it, and I think the playoffs, the game slows down, and those defensive stops are gonna be huge, bro. When he's out here punching shit and doing shit like that towards the end of the games in the playoffs, I think people are gonna give him a little bit more respect. But we'll see.
No, I like Spurs. I mean, the Spurs had their number in the regular season, but playoffs, like you said, different ball game.
Yeah, man. And what's the status for J Dubs, man, for the Thunder? He gonna be healthy for the playoffs?
I'm not sure
because he ain't really been healthy all season.
No, he hasn't. But I think they're still super talented. Their style of play just lends itself to playoff basketball, But I'm not sure what his health is. I think.
They say he's ready for the playoffs.
I think he's there.
Okay, yeah, man, it's gonna be a good one, bro. Honestly, but OKC, bro, like we saw them last year. They won the chip. We were talking about them like they're probably gonna have a chance to repeat, and here they are. They legitimately do. But yeah, man, NBA is getting hot. We waited the whole season. One quick last one before we go on to the next topic. That play-in tournament, man. Silver been catching a lot of heat, man. Adam Silver been catching a lot of heat, man. For the tanking and for the load management and everything that's going on. People was even saying they should fire him. But I think it's safe to say that the play-in tournament is a success. It was a new idea. I think it's a great idea. What's your thoughts, man, on the play-in tournament now? I think we're about 5 years in. It's enough for us to be able to say, hey, like, yay or nay, we like it. It was a good addition. T, what's your thoughts on the play-in tournament? You think it's a game changer?
Yeah, I like it. It creates a little bit more competition and just better basketball for the fans. It's a way of just starting the playoffs a little bit earlier, similar to March Madness, the tournament, expanding. And I think it's said to expand again. I think that's what they want to do. But yeah, I think the fans win when you do that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, good job with that one. But the answer for everything can't be a tournament, in-season tournament for draft. Like the play-in tournament makes sense. That's the one. He hit on that one.
They love tournaments, man. They do love tournaments, man. Still, jury's still out on the in-season tournament. It does make it watchable, though. I'll say that. Rome, man, what's your thoughts on the play-in, man?
Yeah, the play-in is successful in my opinion. I think it definitely does what it needs to do, which is just get more eyes on the product, get people hyped up for the playoffs, which is already an incredible product. NBA playoffs, some of the best stuff you'll see as far as live sports. My only issue with stuff like the play-in is you give a chance to a team, like I was saying earlier, like the Golden State Warriors. Like, I don't feel like they deserve to even be in the play-in tournament. I know technically based off their seeding, they're there, but like they're what 6-7 games below 500. Like they couldn't even be average. Like to me, a team that's not even average should have nothing to do with any type of playoff.
Fair.
Well, what about if maybe a team is under 500 because they lost their star, but then they got their star back? I think that would create an opportunity for the team to play at its true potential versus the season was a wash because maybe somebody had a hand in.
And that's a fair point, but I just look at the Golden State Warriors specifically, and I'm just like, Steph ain't putting y'all over on this one, bro. Like like he's coming back and he's gonna make a difference, of course, but he's not putting y'all where y'all need to be. And I really I hate this across all sports, man. To me, like I hate it in the NFL when a team is under 500, but they won their division, so they're in the playoffs. Like you know what I mean? Like it's just like we said it earlier. These teams are gonna go to either play the Thunder or the Spurs, who we were just talking about winning it all. So none of these teams have a real shot as far as the West is concerned. So I have a love hate right now with the playing tournament. I guess Scruff if I had to say. I would say it's a success as far as what Silver wants. He's got eyes on the product. Does it make the product better? Jury's still out.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, I disagree with you, but I think that's fair. I think it's fair. You raised some valid points. Keep it pushing, and we actually gonna have a surprise topic. I didn't have this on the docket, but we running a little light tonight, so I'm gonna throw a little something extra on there. NFL news. I just hit a quick Google search for NFL news, and all I see is Diana Rossini. So I feel like we gotta talk on it. I was trying to avoid talking about it. I was trying to give the sister, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to give her some a little bit of privacy and like let her handle her situation. But sorry, I can't do that because you know what I'm saying there's really not much going on in the NFL besides the Diana Rossini scandal, which is for those that don't know that don't have social media, that don't watch ESPN, and have been living under a rock. Diana Rossini is an ESPN reporter. I think she was most recently with the New York Times and formerly now with the Athletic, huh? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. I want to do some respect to those publications. But yeah, no, NFL reporter, insider, which basically means her job is to get inside information from NFL sources and report on them. You know what I'm saying? So, that's her job, right? So basically she was spotted by some, I don't know who spotted them. That's another conversation. But somebody spotted them with pictures. It was Diana Rossini and Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel, right? The problem is both of them are married. And the optics of that relationship is a little problematic, right? Because he's an NFL coach. She's an insider. There's a journalistic integrity and things like that to be discussed. And quite frankly, she's been doing a lot of AJ Brown stuff. You know what I'm saying? Talking about AJ Brown's not happy, and then his best landing spot is the Patriots. But anyway, Diana Rossini, man, out here, basically seems like, having an inappropriate relationship, possibly for information. We don't know the optics, but the truth of the matter is. But nonetheless, today she resigned from The Athletic. She wrote a very long statement. I didn't read any of it. But it's like, what are you going to say? What are you going to tell me in this paragraph? I didn't see any keywords that I needed to see. But anyway, Rome, what's your thoughts on this whole situation? Is this foul play? And yeah, just what are your thoughts on it? That's crazy.
It's kind of wild because this isn't even the first scandal of this sort that she's even been involved in. Uh, she's kind of notorious for it. The internet kind of ran with it. It was one of them things where it's kind of just rumors, and then TMZ comes out with a photo, and then the internet's running with it to the point that she has to resign. So I do hate that she felt like she had to step down from her job. I do know that like when you're trying to be a true journalist, one thing you should never do is let the story become about you. Which to your point, Scruff, the whole NFL buzz right now is about Rossini, man. So like, I hate that it went sour for her. I mean, I think this is private, whatever it is. I think what were the pictures they were holding hands with, where the fingers cupped, like laced? Like, why is everybody jumping the gun? Oh, the fingers was laced. Oh, okay, never mind. That's not a good look. Yeah, I don't like that Mike Vrabel's not getting any smoke on this. Like you said, they're both married, right? Like we Rossini's taking all the heat. I don't think Vrabel's going to resign though.
Honestly, Ron, that might be the best point I've heard about this whole situation, bro. That's the best point I've heard about this whole situation because, no, honestly, it's a great point because, I mean, there's a little bit of difference because of the journalistic thing, but still, I agree. She's a woman who basically had a relationship that maybe it was inappropriate, maybe it wasn't. Who knows? That's what we're having a conversation about, right? But she's kind of catching all the heat, and like I ain't really heard shit about him. You know what I'm saying? He probably, you know what I mean? I haven't heard nothing. There's no disciplinary action being taken by the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? There's shit. Robert Kraft got caught in the motherfucking Chinese rub and tug joint, bro. So like, what we talking about here, bro? And you know, honestly, the truth of the matter is, and you know, like, you know, he probably getting attaboys at the facility. You know what I'm saying? And Shorty out here resigning and basically feeling like she's mad. I actually briefly read the letter just now, but it was so hard to read. But yeah, she's basically mad because they didn't support her. Is basically what the letter was about. But yeah, I do think you make a really good point there, Rome, because like, yeah, she's getting a lot of backlash, and no one said anything about Vrabel, you know, like at all. T man, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, it was inevitable. Like she had to go. Like your job is to get inside sources, not let the sources get inside you. Like that's just it is what it is. It is what it is. Now and normally, like, you know, I like to see things down the middle. I like to give the women the benefit of the doubt, but like, I'm reading the tea leaves here, right? None of her peers came out and said, "Hey, I know Diana. Her reputation is above reproach. This is not something she would do. You know, the fans are overblowing the situation." No one came out to support her. No one. Vrabel didn't come out and say, "Yeah." Like Vrabel didn't say anything. He didn't. He's closed lip. You know, you can't say a lot. You're married too. He can't say a lot. And
Man, talk about the draft.
the smoking gun is none of the friends that she claimed that she was with came out and said we were all together.
She wasn't with no friends, bro. That's a lie. That's why. Go ahead,
Yeah.
T.
You know, they try to say it was like this group setting, and you know, it's unfortunate, you know, because honestly, I'm sure this stuff happens all the time at that level. But like when you have people taking pictures, like you're out in public, you expose yourself to pictures. Everyone has a camera. So if somebody just knows one of you, doesn't have to be two. If someone knows one of you, a couple pictures and it blows your life up. And that's amounts to what happened. I know she was highly paid, right? And I know her contract was getting ready to be over, so she had to leave early. So that's not fun. But yeah, like this is a crazy situation. Like the thing is, and Jamel Hill pointed this out. I never thought about it, but all right, obviously, right. We got Vrabel has to. I mean, she has to vote on like AP Coach of the Year, things like that, right? Conflict of interest. Got it.
For sure.
But as an insider, your job is kind of to create these relationships, right? So, and I'm not saying like say
nah, bro. It is to create the relationships, but you're not gonna catch Mike Vrabel holding hands with a male reporter, bro. It's not gonna happen.
Hear me out, right? The job is to create
Fingers laced is crazy.
Listen, hear me out. So if you are a Adam Schefter or a Shams or whoever for your local beat, right, and you are hanging out with coaches and players, or maybe going to bars or strip clubs, or you know, you might not, you're probably not sleeping together, but you do create a bond that would create a bias to where when you are voting, that could be compromised. So, I mean, we clearly got to draw lines, right? And sex should be one of them, but it just begs the question that, like, where do we draw the lines with reporter, player, reporter, coach relationships?
Well, I don't think coaches and reporters should be holding hands and any fingers laced. Bro, let's be serious. Lacing your fingers in that type of holding of a hand, that's intimate. That's That's not like that's why everybody's jumping the gun with the there's more to it. They're doing more than because at first I'm like, okay, bro, like they like held hands, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you're lacing the fingers, like people been in long relationships that don't even do all that, bro.
Yeah, the locking of the fingers is a strong physical cue there for sure.
So
The internet. I want to speak on a few points that T made. The internet, the fact finders and the detectives of the internet did dig into some of these points, T, that you made regarding the friends and the location of this place where they were hanging out. Apparently, where they were hanging out is like a very famous couples resort, and they're mostly known for well, it's not a couples resort, more adult only resort, but it's mostly known for couples. They're one of the places that takes like basically they mostly do like engagements. They're booked out for like years and months in advance, so it's very romantic type of vibes to be meeting a reporter. And then where they were at was like a private rooftop situation, and they had the whole shit rented out, bro. There were no friends, bro. It was only them up there. So you know,
who took the pictures?
shit, Big Dom. But no, I'm playing. Somebody, bro. Somebody took the pictures, man. Somebody was following them. Apparently, somebody had been following them for a while. Is what I heard. So
Well, the thing is about when you're married and you're cheating, people tend to find shit out, bro.
oh
Well,
well, yeah. It could have been one of the partners, to be honest.
could have been
Shit.
a private investigator.
Yo,
Yeah.
matter of fact, Diana Rossini, her husband is like a Shake Shack executive or some shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I almost ordered Shake Shack today, but I said, you know what, that bitch ass motherfucker, I ain't about to order this shit. Nah, I'm fucking around. But he is a Shake Shack executive, man. Put some respect on that man's name. We were talking about this shit last week, and we were like, maybe he's into some weird like degradation type shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he likes the public assassination and like, because she was the internet undefeated again, pulling out all these clips of her talking about her husband on air and just bashing him. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, there's some things that I did this weekend that I wouldn't tell my husband and shit like that. That man, I haven't seen you wild as fuck. Internet really be pulling all the receipts, bro. So careful what you say out there. And careful where you at, man. Pay attention to your surroundings.
You know,
Um,
the interesting thing is, we also saw Ime Udoka have a situation. He was kicked out, like Satan, and but Vrabel is going to keep
yeah,
the job because he went to a Super Bowl. Like,
He's not
yeah.
even going to just keep his job.
That's
They're
not
not.
just
He's
why though.
it's swept under the rug completely, bro. The next question they will ask that man is, "Who do you plan to draft in the first round?"
No bullshit, bro.
Like,
I swear, no, but that's the funniest shit, Rome. Is you're right. I don't even know if he's even had to. He probably had one question about it, and they were like, "Oh, we're not gonna ask him that shit again." He didn't seem like he liked that. It just kept it pushing, bro. But you're probably right, Rome. You probably are right.
nah, but
Yeah,
all jokes aside, because it is a funny topic though, man. But it is a little serious too, because it ruins. There's a lot of female journalists that are very serious about their job. Now the next one is talking to Vrabel is probably gonna want to make sure there's more than one person in the room, or you know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to be caught in any compromising positions or have the internet pulling up your old, whatever. Like it's all fun and games until it's happening to you. So as much as we can poke fun at Diana Rossini, I do feel a little bad. Like she had to resign from her job over it. Hey.
I mean, these are two consenting adults. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not like Vrabel's a monster, but I do think there should be some backlash, and if the NFL was serious, they take a draft pick or something. At least,
what?
at least,
He's not a monster, but we're gonna take a draft pick. God damn.
yeah, like right, because the media has the ability to sway opinions, and and that's part of the reason why people are frustrated with Diana Rossini in this. Not just that you broke your sacred vows, like you wrote stories that fans categorically disagree with and think they came from this personal relationship. So
Yeah.
If
You know
you
what?
start taking draft picks for cheating though, you're gonna have to get rid of the whole draft, bro. Like
draft with a
Yeah,
fine.
no, that's ridiculous, bro. That was ridiculous.
Rossini does have to go though. I feel bad that she had to resign, but it was necessary because where we've gotten from the rumor mill to like where it's at now, like she had to go.
We got to
Yeah.
discourage that type of behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree, man. And you know what? I've been laughing, and this shit was actually funny, entertaining. But now you guys are touching a nerve of something that's actually very, very near and dear to my heart, which is, one of my favorite terms, man. Fraud propaganda, man. This is what's going on here, bro. This is for those that don't know, fraud propaganda is a combination term that I created. Is a combination of fraud and propaganda, all in one. And this is the ultimate form of fraud propaganda, bro. Because what we doing here is, bro, we out here making shit up, bro. We out here making fake news, trying to sway public perception, using her platform to affect the monetary trade value of one AJ Brown, man. I hope she fucking gets what she deserves, bro. Because, like, you know what I'm saying? Not for the adultery, like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that's a conversation for her and God. But and the whole conflict of interest thing, that's a conversation between her and her employer, right? But when you out here shaping the public perception with lies, now I have a problem with you, Diana Rossini. And that's what I have a problem with the most of this whole shit out here. You're fucking, and that's like the ultimate. That's why I had to say fraud propaganda, because it's like fraud news, and then this is tied to your bullshit propaganda for your side piece. I don't like it. I don't support it. Diana Rossini, you are a shame to journalists everywhere. Not because you can't keep your legs closed, but because you are a fucking liar. Fraud propaganda, man. Beware of the fraud propaganda.
To be fair, we don't know if she opened her legs. Like the pictures don't show that. To be fair,
My bad. Fair enough.
Hey,
Fair enough.
also to be fair, I've never laced fingers with any female who has not already opened her legs. Like that's
No comment, man. Let's keep it pushing.
lacing fingers is bad incident, bro. I would die on that
Yeah.
hill.
Nah, like on the I'll put it at this, man. He's this motherfucker. But yeah, nah, if you lay some fingers, like you in love for real. You know what I'm saying? Like you in love for real. But all right, let's keep it pushing, man. G out here talking shit, man. He really not gonna like this last topic then. We're gonna talk a little bit about the WNBA draft, man. The WNBA draft was yesterday. I was watching the WNBA draft. Shout out to the NBA draft. A few people got drafted. Good draft in my opinion. AZ Fudd was the number one pick. She looked good out there. She was out here supported by her UConn teammates. She's out here, they got their little low-key relationship, her and Paige Beckers. Everybody know that they dating, but they be acting like they not dating. You know how that goes. I don't think they wanted to take away from Shorty moment. But I heard some trolls on the internet saying that the only reason the Dallas drafted her was because of Paige Beckers, because of her girlfriend and shit. And it got me thinking, because I think that's bullshit. But it got me thinking, though. It's kind of an interesting situation. You got basically two girls, or girls, the sex of the people is really here nor there. But you basically got two people basically on the same team in a relationship. So I think that's really interesting. So the question I have for y'all is, would y'all work with y'all significant others? I'm gonna start with this one.
Yeah, let me jump in. I work, you know what I'm saying, my home office. We share a home office, me and my wife. And also we've worked in the same building before. She worked on the 7th floor. I brought man from the 5th floor. And that's she Big Shirley. But yeah. So I do it. It's not for everyone. It's not something I highly recommend. But it had its advantages. There was only one commute, which saved on gas money. You don't really have to have the "how was your day" conversation because we spent it together. So there's a few benefits. Certain things are already discussed and out of the way, and it's a true test. I'll say that it's a true test. So I wouldn't recommend it in years 1 through 5 ish. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself some time to establish some independence before you sync yourself up like that. Unless you're running some sort of like restaurant, food truck, or some sort of business where you guys are the owners, not necessarily
Right.
you both have the same boss, because that could get crazy. But if it's both where you're owning it and you guys make the rules, I think that's a better situation. The office dynamic stuff, tricky.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, so
that's kind of the conversation. Yeah. Go
I
ahead,
agree
Mo.
with the if y'all are like running a business or something like that, that's almost a little separate, right? Like in the confines of if you guys just have a typical job and you're working together, my initial reaction is a hard pass on that, right? Like, in my opinion, you're already spending a bunch of time together. We see each other all day. Now I got to spend my weekend with you. Like now I'm planning when I'm not gonna see you. That's you know what I'm saying? Like as opposed to planning when I'm spending time with you. Now I'm like, all right, on Sunday I'm not chilling with you. Like but I will say this: it's people that have met at work and it's worked out great, right? So if that's where you guys got your connection, it probably could be smooth. Also, maybe you've been together for a while. Maybe it's a career change. Maybe y'all are in the same career field and you decide to get a job at the same place, later down the road when you're already, locked in, fingers laced and all that good stuff. So that could affect it in different ways. I think like most relationships, you just got to do what works for you two as a couple. But it can be a slippery slope, man. Working together every day, day in, day out. Like T said, it could work for some, but it might not work for everybody.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting one for sure. I think the business thing is an interesting one. I don't know. I think I agree. I agree with you, say T. Like when you own your business, you definitely make your own rules. But I don't know if y'all be watching shit like Restaurant Impossible and shit like that. But like that should be fucking people's relationship too. So that's an interesting one for sure. The workplace thing is interesting because it's like there's the inappropriate dynamic. We just finished talking about inappropriate dynamics and conflicts of interest and things like that. So it's like. I think at work I think it's possible. To answer the question, I do think it is possible for you to work with your significant other, but I think there needs to be some guidelines and some boundaries. Particularly like basically probably can't the reporting thing. It's like you can't be reporting to your significant other. That's not a good look. You can't have any appearance of favoritism. You know what I mean? Like with that shit. And then like if people at work don't know about your relationship, then you basically need to act like you don't even. I'll say you don't know the person, but that person's just a regular person at the office, bro. Until y'all leave. That's just how I would approach it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it could actually be kind of fun. It depending on how you do it. But yeah, no, you gotta pay attention to that. Be careful, but it could get ugly. Because if there's conflict in the relationship and the conflict carries over into the workplace, that becomes a problem. That's a major problem. And that's more so what I thought about with the whole, AZ Fudd, Paige Becker's thing. Because it's like, let it be some shit that they fucked up on the basketball court. And it's like, now you're going home and, what I'm saying, Shorty got the back turned to you when you go to bed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of those. You never know.
Yeah. Imagine
That's a good point, Scruff. Because imagine they just have a fight, and just what I'm saying, like a personal fight in the crib, and then that carries onto the basketball court. Like it could go both ways.
It could absolutely go both ways. The interesting thing about this one is I know people making a big deal out of it, and it's a fair question because we haven't really seen it on this level. I think the fact that they're, helps make it a little bit possible. I don't think it would be possible in most situations, but yeah, it's an interesting one for sure. With these people though, with these two, they've already have history of being teammates together. That's probably how they ended up, in the first place. But yeah, they basically played together. They won championships together at UConn. You know what I'm saying? They were dominant. They were an iconic duo, as a matter of fact. In some ways, their chemistry is probably ridiculously off the chain. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's good for Dallas. We'll see how it plays out. Personally, I don't think it's going to work for everybody. I don't think it works for everybody.
I mean,
And
I think it's
yeah,
a
go ahead,
good.
T.
I think it's a good story. We know stories fuel sports franchises, and I think whether it goes good or bad, bound to generate more and more clicks. So I actually think the W needs more of this. Not necessarily relationships in general, but just more storylines, and But I have to wonder, how would the public feel if this was an NBA storyline? That I think that would be totally different instead of Bronny, the Lakers draft a boyfriend, a boyfriend.
I mean, we're getting into deep sociological concepts, bro, because what we're talking about is gender dynamics, bro. And it's different. You know what I'm saying? It is different. That's the way society does view it. Society tends to be, and generally, I don't know what it is. Men, especially society, we tend to have no problems with the girl on girl action. We tend to have no issues with it.
Well,
but yeah, and on the other end, then you got that would create quite a stir. And I don't even think NBA. I don't know if NBA team would be rocking with that. So I mean, like Dallas obviously made their due diligence and they felt comfortable making that decision.
What city would they be in, T?
Oh, have to be. It will have
Where?
The Hawks.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
I mean, but could be the Wizards. Is that So, but I do think the league will get to that point where if you are Saucy Santana with a 40-inch vertical.
Yeah.
I do think that the league will get there. I think the league is more ready for that than you guys think.
It's just a little different, bro. It's just, I mean, who knows?
I think,
Dwight
man,
Howard was in the league.
The thing with sports, the thing with sports, man, especially in pro leagues, bro, they've let criminals. We were just talking about Mike Vrabel's getting a pass. The owner was, doing what he was doing at the massage parlor and all that, man. Like, so yeah, if you're gay and you gonna drop 50, 40, you gonna average 20 points a night, they're gonna let you play, bro. Like they're not gonna care. Like they will market you. Like, it'll work.
Nah, listen, I'm trying to tell you, it's coming. It's there. I mean, the league tolerated Dwight Howard. I mean, he was hiding in plain sight, but the copycat league. So sooner or later.
Yeah, man, crazy shit though. But yeah, no, it's an interesting story, man. Definitely a first, at least publicly, anyway. Anyway, keep it pushing, man. Good show, fellas. We wrapping it up, man. Great episode. Y'all know, y'all can hit that subscribe button if y'all been fucking with us for the first time. Hit that subscribe button. Hit us on our socials. We're here every Tuesday. We live every Tuesday, but you can also catch us on Spotify. Fuck with us and follow us on Spotify. You know how we end every